Okay, so basically what happens is you can see this metal plate here, and you can see these little notches on the side here. Now, when you look at this pad, which is the one that goes in there, you can see that it has these notches here, and it has these little sort of hook things here. Basically what these hook things do is they hook around those ones, and you can see that this one just has like a little metal clip over it, just to allow make it a bit more of a snug fit. And basically what this plate here is, it puts pressure upwards on here, so it works as a bit of like a spring. So when the pad's in, it compresses down a bit and puts pressure upwards on that spring on the pad, which pushes these notches here up against those notches there. So what I've done is I've pushed the cylinders into the caliper. You have to make sure the cylinders are clean first. So if they've got lots of grime on them, like brake dust and stuff, you can use a bit of brake cleaner with a toothbrush, but if it gets in the rubber seals in there, it eats it. So the best thing to do is just, well, I mean, you can use brake cleaner just a little bit, just be very careful. Or what you can do is get a little bit of fine grit sandpaper and sand it, and then get a little rag over the top and your vice grips, and turn the cylinder around, sand it, turn it, sand it, until it's all nice and clean, and then you can push it back in. Because if it's dirty and you push it back in, it'll eat up that rubber seal and it might leak. So to push it back in, I just use a clamp. So what you do is you put your old pad back in, just like that or whatever, and then clamp it there and tighten it up. Clamp it there. You can use 2 clamps, but I only had this little one. It doesn't do a lot of damage on there, but you can put like a rag over it if you're a bit worried about it. But I mean, just a brake caliper, it's not. But if you're worried about making your bike look pretty, then you can put a little rag over it. But my bike's pretty crappy condition anyway, aesthetics wise, so I don't really care. Alright, so you need to push them right back in like so, because when you put the new pads in, they're a lot thicker than the old ones, as you can see. They're about twice as thick, and you'll need a lot of room. So what you need to do is push them right back like that. You need to put this one in first, so just hook it on there like so, pull it down, and then just push it down, and that one's on like that. That was easy. Push that back in, put this pad in. Now obviously you can do this a lot quicker, but I'm trying to do it with one hand, it's a bit tricky. And then yeah, this is going to be hard. Basically what you need to do is hook this pad around both notches. Now I'm going to need to pull this out a little bit, so what you do is you sort of just grab this and pull it out, and it makes those notches come out a little bit more. But as you can see, it's going to be a bit tricky with one hand, so I might have to do it with 2 hands. Sorry guys, but basically yeah, what you do is you just have to get it under those notches. So you need to push down a little bit and then clip it in, and I'll just do that now. Okay, so I just pushed it down and clipped it under those notches, so you can see it's behind that notch. I've just left myself plenty of room, so it's easy to put back on the caliper. But once it's back on the caliper, you just need to give it a few pushes. So what I'm going to do now is unhook it from the wire and then just push it on the caliper. It will go on really easy because there's quite a large gap there. And then you just need to do it back up and then push it until you get pressure. So you can see the difference between. I'll just get the old pads together and show you the difference. Okay, so these are the, sorry guys. So these are the old pads, and that's the new ones. So there's a bit of difference. I mean, that pad there could have been, I could have used these pads for quite a long, a little bit more, but I just thought, nah, I'll whack some new ones on there. So yeah, I'll just put it back on and I'll show you. Okay, so this pad will probably fall out, just to annoy me, but you just spread it open like that, and on she goes. You need to give it a little bit of a push, Just line it up with those holes, do it back up, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, so we'll just do them up now. These need to be fairly tight. Alternatively, what you can do is put some blue Loctite on there, like I said before. But what I do instead is, just because I don't want to be monster hard to get off the next time, so what I do is I put them on without Loctite, and then I just check them after every ride. After the first 10 rides or so, I just give them a quick little tighten, just make sure. Usually they're fine, but you don't want to. So now they're on there like that. So the first couple of pushes will be pretty much no pressure until it gets tightened on there. Then you should start feeling pressure. Now I think I might need to bleed mine because I lost a bit of fluid, but because I took them out to clean them, so I might need to re-bleed it again. But it's looking pretty good so far. Might just give it one little bleed, and that should be fine. But yeah, looking pretty good. Alrighty, so that is how to change the front brake pads on a motorcycle. Hopefully that was pretty detailed for you guys, and you can do it yourself and save you a bit of money. So yeah, see you later.